Hey folks, welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland giving you the Lake Fork Daily Rundown for March 23rd, which was Monday, and the 25th, which is today. I did not fish yesterday. Let's talk about Monday. I didn't give you a report on Monday because Monday was really tough. We caught 2 fish the whole day. That's it. I'm very honest. I tell you the rundown. I tell you the truth. There were some others that caught them pretty good. I saw Oldfield had a good day, had some big fish. Randy Oldfield and some other guys, and someone's always going to catch them out there. But some of these guys, these old school guys are, man, they're so awesome and they've been here for so long, they almost always catch them. We ride a little bit up and down. But Monday's water temp, 59 degrees in the morning, 60.1 in the afternoon. Water light stained in the main lake. You can find some pretty stained areas the more north and the more creek oriented you go. If you go up the creeks, they're pretty dirty. Lake level on Monday was 403.57 in the morning, 403.48 in the afternoon. That means it dropped 1 inch in the 9 hours that we were on the lake. The 8 to 9 hours that we spent on the lake, it dropped a whole inch. That is a massive amount of water. Massive amount of water. On a 27,000 surface acre lake to drop 1 inch, that's a lot of water. I didn't fish Tuesday, so I didn't know water temperature. I assume the clarities are the same, but I did keep track of the level. Because the gates are open, I wanted to show you that overnight, another inch, okay? Another inch is dropped overnight. So Monday, during the day, 1 inch. During the night, 1 inch. I wasn't on the water to show you the day that during the day, it probably dropped an inch. Today, let's stay with the levels. Today, this morning, 403.29. Okay, 403.22. It's almost dropped an inch again today while we were fishing. Lake on the fall. They will continue to let that fall until it's about 402.6, which is 6 inches below full pool of 403. Typically what they do is they'll let the lake go 403, 403.5. That's 6 inches over pool. They'll open the gates. They leave gates open until the lake is 6 inches below full pool, which is 402.5. Okay, that's where we're at with the water temperatures, clarities, and level. Main lake, where I like to spend a majority of my time. Monday was really tough, and it didn't hit me until this morning when we started in the same spot that I've been fishing, a high percentage spot, a traveling spot where there's fish coming in to migrate in to spawn. Monday, we didn't get any bites there. Saturday, I just caught them good. Remember, if you watched my corner the other day, I talk about that 7-day cycle coming to the new moon and 7 days of coming to the full moon. Well, we just came to a new moon. So this morning we rolled out, we got on a high percentage spot. We fished for about an hour to 2 hours. At 9 o'clock, I said, hey, we got to go looking at them. They're in. Okay, we're at the moon. We're not having any travelers because they're in the shallow water. Folks, at 9 o'clock we left. We went to the shallow backwaters. And you know what? We spent the rest of the day looking at them and catching them off beds. Most of them were very spooky. I think our best fish was probably almost a 4.5, maybe 5 pound male. We did see some big females. And in fact, we ended the day, the last 30 minutes, with almost developing an opportunity to catch a giant, just a giant. It was breathtaking moments when she got around the bait and in the bed with the male. Thought maybe for a moment we were bouncing the bait right off her nose. We thought we were going to get her. But basically got to spend the whole day. Low winds, variable winds, beautiful sunshine. Man, spring-like day on Lake Fork, looking at them on beds. Wow, what an awesome time right here, Northeast Texas, on the Goat Lake. Folks, if you have not booked your trip, I have just a few days left in April 20th, 21st, 22nd. And then the following week, there's a couple more days. The April spawn is huge. The May post spawn is even bigger. And I've got a lot of open dates in May. That's when we get offshore. We throw the football jigs. We throw the sandtone shaky heads, things like that. And then we can really, really throw some beatdowns on these fish. A lot more pre-staging fish to come. A whole lot more spawn to come. So I'm just kind of preempting you. May has a lot of openings. If you want to get on a good post-spawn bite, get your bookings now because they won't last too much longer. All right, what was actually catching the fish off of the beds today? For me, for bed fishing, for me, there's two things that I look at. Number one, do we need to see the bait? If we need to see the bait, then I type, chartreuse or a white or something so we can see when the fish takes it. We can see it disappear. In this case, the water was clear enough, and I wanted more of a natural presentation. We want to see the fish take it. Of course, if we don't, they're going to swim out with it. We either feel or detect the strike or see them swimming with it. So I wanted to stay as natural as possible. What I do want to explain to you, though, the reason that I'm using this particular bait, there's all kinds of little crawfish baits that you could use, okay? Literally, there are all kinds. I'm basically rigging up two different rigs. I am taking 20-pound test, a 1/4 ounce tungsten or lead, it doesn't matter. Peg it, put it on a 4-aught straight shank hook, and I'm using the Slick Baits crawfish. The reason I'm using the Slick Baits, S-L-I-K, slickbaits.com, is pretty simple. We used one bait today. One. And this is it. I finally, at the end of the day, bit the head part off to get one more pitch with it. But I was pitching it in through the junk, in the buck brush, over the buck brush, wrapping it on junk, beating it out of there, ripping it out of there, catching fish with it all day, and we use one bait. One. It still holds together. I took a little bite out of it, and we caught one last fish on it at the end of the day. So normally I want a nice soft bait. The head of this and the claws are plenty soft. But when I'm pitching in that junk and I'm catching bedfish like that, man, they tear the baits up. You trash the baits a lot. It's really nice. This is a very well-made bait. Slick Baits, 3.5-inch crawfish. I dipped the tails, chartreuse. That was one way. Another way was in some cases I needed to actually get in there a little bit more. I needed a heavier weight. I needed a little more penetration, maybe through the junk or the matted vegetation or the cattails reeds that were there. Or maybe I just wanted more contact with the bottom. Okay, so I've gone to what I did is I took the skirt off of a 7/16 Sandtone finesse jig. This is a round head, 7/16. That's almost a 1/2 ounce now. So I've really got a lot heavier projectile that's banging, crunching through the bottom of the bed, stirring the dirt, stirring the mud, and I'm still going to use that slick crawfish on there. In this case, I dipped them orange instead of chartreuse. But this was when I wanted a little more bottom contact, bang and beat the bottom. I found that sometimes that can be what triggers the fish. Sometimes they want that bait up and just in their area is enough to trigger them. And the other times you got to rub that bottom. You got to bang that where they're trying to dump the eggs. You got to disturb that. That could really make them fire up. Throw it in the bed and drag something heavy through the bottom of it. Stir the dirt. That can make that fish come and just get rowdy. All right. So great day fishing. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Kaylee. And thank you, Mr. David Holtequist. This man took his son fishing all week. It's been mostly bed fishing because that's what David likes to do. I don't blame you, David. It's a blast. But Dad pretty much sat there and watched the whole day. The whole day, folks. At the end of the day, Father paid me, sunburned, crisp, and never caught a fish. And I know they're going to do it again tomorrow on their own boat, and then they're going back with Jason Kahn on Friday. They just had Zach Hughes a couple days ago. Mr. David Holtequist, you're a wonderful father. Thanks for what you do for your son. Thanks for choosing McFarland Fishing, and all three of us. We certainly, I know Zach appreciates it. I'm certain Jason Kahn appreciates it. And we love to have you here at Lake Fork. So thanks again, folks. Thanks you all for watching. I'm Michael McFarland, giving you the Lake Fork Daily Rundown.